the Earth flat? No, it's not flat. Okay, it's not flat. Earth flat? No, it's not flat. Okay, it's not flat.
A lot of you question whether or not I'm here for truth. Question if I was a real flat earther or not. Well, the reality of it is there are no flat earthers. There are only globe deniers. Every flat earth evidence really is just a globe phenomenon, explained by the globe. Don't you see that? See, I'm still here for truth. Now there are certain people in my way. What is up, party people? All right, so a few things I got to talk about. Well, first, before I do that, I'll say what's up. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list. That way I can just work my way up and know where I started talking before. What is up, Jose? What is up, Sam Camp? Thank you for staying here instead of going over to the fundraiser-holics. What's up, Spirita? What is up, Dean? Bring your ass in here, you pussy. Anyway, what's up, Sean? What is up, Citizen 9? What's up, C4s? What's up, Stinger News 1? What is up, GPS? What up, Anamorphic Mind? What up, G-Hammer? Let me see what else is in here. Back to the bottom of the list. What up, Erebus? And I think that's it for right now. If I missed you, I do apologize. I'm going back to the bottom. What's up, Vroomdala? All right. So, I'm not going to lie. I fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. I said I wasn't going to Ranty's, and I did anyway. But here's why. Thank you, Jose. Here's why. Okay. So, this is what happened. What up, Cyber? I went over there to hang out and see, what was going on. And, hi, Dean. Can you hear me, Dean? Dean. Hello? Dean,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Why are you talking so low?
I don't know.
Are you scared? Is something happening?
No, I'm fine. It's late.
Okay.
What are you going to bollock me about that I don't care about?
What? Anybody?
You said you need a word with me, and they're like, well, I don't really care, but now I'm just interested to see what you're on about. Is this because I said you should stop with your addiction on ranters?
No, I just wanted to fuck with you and it worked.
All right.
You're over here all worried about nothing.
Oh no! Worried is entirely the wrong word to use there.
Oh, you were definitely worried. Before I unmuted him, he was begging me not to abuse him. It's crazy. Yeah. All right, so I was explaining why I went to Ranty's. It is kind of a good reason for it. Kind of. Okay, so I went over there to just listen
wait
in.
a minute, Sean, just really quickly. The first stage in recovery is admitting you've got a problem. So I just want to congratulate you here. Well,
I don't have a problem.
You don't think frequenting Ranty's channel and speaking to wait, is not a problem.
That's not wait. Al K said it perfectly in Jose's. So I went over there, and when I was there, I typed in the chat, blah blah blah, and Ranty had said something about me. Then Paige decided to just destroy the whole conversation that me and Right to Hand had. And by lying and saying that I had said something completely different about my Vomit Comet reference frame. And I had already admitted that the first explanation with the Vomit Comet, Right to Hand was like, well, from the surface of the Earth, is it falling? And I had to say yes. I said, okay, that was a bad example. So I added a ball inside the Vomit Comet. So my reference frame became me in the Vomit Comet with the ball, not the Earth. And she completely just destroyed it. So I felt the need. I needed to correct her. So yeah, I went on Ranty's Skype panel, whatever you call it, and I went on to correct it. And I even told Ranty before I got to that panel, Ranty, I swear to God, I typed this to Ranty.
I know what you said. But I still can't believe that. So your motivation was you're going to join Ranty's to help Paige understand why and you're like, you think this is a valid excuse? You are a lunatic. I'm going to go help that Paige because I think she needs a little bit of help. And after I'm done, it'll all be cleared up.
Touche, motherfucker. Touche. Okay. Let me. I need to read what I said to Ranty. So I said to Ranty, good afternoon. I'm in the chat. I said I'll come on to explain what was really said. But once again, if someone acts a child, I'm out. So I went on, and in the YouTube chat, I told him I wasn't there to debate anything. I was just talking about it. But within moments, Paige, some fucking idiot, and Right to Hand came out of fucking nowhere and started spitballing shit at me. And the whole time I told them I wasn't listening. They started talking shit, so I decided I was going to talk shit about Ranty. I told her, I was like, the whole time I was in there going, Ranty, you call this good moderating? This is moderating to you? As one of the dumbasses are calling me a fucking moron, an idiot. And it just got to the point where I go, Ranty, this is a shit show. You're not moderating anything. And then Ranty booted me. I didn't even rage quit. It was great. Oh, but do you guys want to know a secret that's going on in the flat Earth community?
Is it a secret?
I don't think it's a secret.
Is it not going to be a secret anymore? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely pretty much. But
okay.
But the funny part, I mean, from what I know, it's already out there. I'm trying to find it. But I do know as of right now, as of today, it's gotten even worse for Flat Earth. Or, let I say, Sleeping Warrior. Now, you done fucked up when, let me show you. You done fucked up when Right to Hand is calling you a wannabe. Yeah. All that stuff is too small to read. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, I was like zooming in, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't even, I don't have glasses and
Yeah, no,
or a
yeah.
microscope.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to show that part. That's too much. All right. Now, hang on. Okay, so what the hell is up? What is this Ranty's dome thing or Ranty's drone? Why do people keep talking about his drone? I got a drone on my way.
He had a GoFundMe ages ago to buy a drone, and he raised £1,000 to buy the Mavic Pro that he got that he supposedly got, but he never showed it for months and months and months until everybody kicked off, and then suddenly apparently went into his garage and got the box out and unboxed it as if it was all new and that he'd ordered it the day before because people were complaining about it. So.
Wait, how do you get a drone and then not want to fly it?
Well, if it's going to show you the fact that you can have multiple fucking sunsets and you want to believe in the flat Earth, I wouldn't fly the fucking thing either. I'd be scared I'd be scared shitless of it. I'd be running in the opposite direction if it ever got electricity.
I never thought about it that way. Holy shit! And it's like a good drone too, huh?
Yeah. Oh no. It's like the top prosumer kind of thing.
Okay. How much was that drone?
In dollars, probably about 1,300.
Jesus Christ! Just so you know, I just bought. So thank you, Carlos, because when I had that drone before, I wanted to get I wanted to make a mini, which is basically a mini clone, into a good flying drone outside, and Carlos gave me a bunch of list parts and shit from different other drones to build one. So right now I have 3 cheapy drones on the way, just so I can scavenge parts from it.
Or you could have just asked, and I would have sent you an entire frame with a camera and a control unit on it.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I already got banned from the vegan server, and I got banned from Gym Pandas today, so I'm on
Wait,
roll.
how did you get... Okay, Gym Pandas says no 24/7. How the fuck did you get banned from there?
Because Captain Bullshit pissed me off and sent me a DM saying that I shouldn't overtalk, and I told him if he felt the need to go ahead and ban me, and he did.
Yeah, you can't... as a moderator there, I can tell you right off the bat, rule number 8 is a hell of a rule. If you don't know what rule number 8 is, it's the moderators are always right.
Yeah, I know. I just don't give a fuck. And then the vegans kicked me off for posting a picture of a deer that was in my yard and said, "Look, next month's dinner."
Dude, you can't do that over there, Crash.
I can. I don't really give a fuck about their feelings.
But now how are you going to go over there and debate? Because now you know you're not going to be able to get in there, right?
Oh, they haven't blocked all my socks yet.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you think I was trolling Travis? I have a vegan sock account where I haven't said anything, and I post vegan semantical arguments.
Why?
To infiltrate them so I can learn more about this script of an NTT argument they have going on.
Just go over there and ask them. Wait, you can't now.
Well, no, because that server we were on had that whole private room where they would drag the vegans down if they were losing an argument to have a conversation with them. I want to hear what goes on in that room.
I can tell you. They tell you the vegan alternatives that you should be talking about. Crash, when you're nice, whether you eat meat or not, they'll let you go to those rooms. Matter of fact, if you listen to my vegan debate, asshole, you would know exactly the details of the NTT game, because they didn't just play it on me. They actually stopped and explained it to me in detail and how it goes.
Oh, well, I didn't think they would run the NTT game on me when it was supposed to be a morality debate, and I shut them up for 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah, well, that's why I told you to listen to my shit. I said skim through it so you get an idea of what their script is. You told me to listen to it 10 minutes before I was... I also said skim through it, Crash. Go at what? I bet if you skim through it, you'd be pissed off. You would have saved that comment for later in the night, just so you could be involved in the NTT game. That game is awesome.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, see, you're missing out. I'm just telling you. Again, you guys all think I'm crazy. There is a method to my madness. What's up, Brandon?
The vegans work that thing out. They have that whole script down of madness, just like you do to a T. Is that where you got the idea from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I learned these things. It's awesome. And so I haven't said anything yet, and I'm pretty excited for it. But I know this is gonna work out. I'm gonna challenge Bro Sanchez to a debate.
Damn.
Yep.
I challenged Travis, but he just runs. So.
And if he denies it, then I'm going to do probably the toughest debate I will ever have, and that will be hopefully, and I will challenge my boy Dreads. You've been exposed. Question everything. He's like family to me. He's a really good friend, but he's a flat earther.
Dreads runs
and since I left, right?
He runs that other tube channel you had me join, right?
Yes. TRUUTUBE. Yep. He's solid. He's family to me. Like I don't care a fuck about the shape of it, but we've always discussed, hey, maybe one day we'll debate each other. And it's like, all right, yeah, blah blah. But I think it's time. It's time. No, see, these are debates that are different. These are completely different than the debates we have around here. Right? I have personal interest with this one. Like, I don't want to piss him off. He don't want to piss me off, but it's time to. I would really enjoy breaking apart his argument. It's been a while.
I
I'm ready.
enjoyed the way the vegans had their debates structured with a whole nother room and everybody was actually muted and stuff like that. But they're definitely crazy in that circle.
I could have told. See, you should have skipped. You don't listen. Yeah. I just want to make this clear now. Earth is seriously flat. You're not fucking welcome anywhere near my channel, on my panel, nothing. If you're listening right now, go the fuck away, disappear. Don't involve yourself near me or anywhere you see my name. Understand that now. You live too close, and I am too tempted to go up there and knock you the fuck out. We'll just say that we'll keep that at rest now. Okay, so sorry about that. Yes, Earth seriously flat. Tried to get in just now, and I really want to put my hands on that man, and I don't need to be provoked.
No, I just had a few minutes before dinner to jump in, but yeah, the debate was fun. It was easy to get them off their script. The only presupposition they have is that you won't harm another human being. You throw that out the window, and then they really don't have an argument.
True. Well, that's again. You went to the extreme. I literally just went at. I don't slaughter animals. I hunt for my food, and when I do hunt, I don't eat. I don't consume extra foods. Like I said before, it's been a couple of years since I do buy store bought food now, or if I can get game meat from friends, I do. But I'm at stores now. I don't have time to hunt. But for most of my life, I hunted. So my argument is based under the hunt, being a hunter. And once you get to those realms, it's kind of the same roadblock as you put them in. There is no bad argument for hunting, because then when you start, what they'll do is they'll go, oh, so you think shooting a water buffalo in the head or in the body and mounting his head to your wall is ethical? No, hell no. That's sportsman fish. That's sports hunting. I don't do that. I sustain. I only shoot what I plan to eat, and what I don't eat, I trade with people. So like, I made it very clear, there's no slaughtering happening, and their argument just falls apart.
Oh yeah, I cornered one of them that I said, if you were stuck in the woods and it wasn't growing season and you had to eat right now because you had no other supplies, what would you do? And they said they would kill an animal. So I'm like, what's the difference? It got interesting for a while after they started actually trying not to run a script. We had a good conversation going for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I want to issue this challenge. Hey, Earth is seriously flat. Since obviously you're out there listening, how about this? So I don't have to go to jail to inflict pain on you. I'll give you an hour to speak your BS on my channel if you're willing to meet me halfway at a gym and roll jiu-jitsu for an hour with me. If you're willing to do that, I'll give you time on my platform when you're able to talk again.
More importantly, do we get that video?
Yeah, oh fuck yeah. I'll give an hour just to spit bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I'll just delete everything.
So right before I came here, Travis is a moderator on the new Women's Flat Earth channel.
This is a new Women's Flat Earth channel?
Yeah, they went live. He spammed the link everywhere.
Oh, that's so cute. He thinks he's gonna get laid.
I went over
that
there.
dude is the
I
worst
went
part
over
about
there.
Travis is that one, he's a liar, but two, like this whole new racist thing he's got going on is really pathetic, super pathetic. And if you don't know what I mean, go to my debate highlights things that I uploaded from Eyes to See's channel. On three separate occasions, he got racist. And then the other night on my stream in the chat, he kept calling Jose some a racist term in Mexican. I don't know it, so I don't really remember. But yeah, that dude he's lost his fucking mind. Not to mention, I'm telling you right now, those fucking flat earthers are sitting in the fucking Skype room over there planning out fucking anarchy and shit.
I went over there and saw he was a mod, and I just asked him. I said, "Hey, Travis, do we live on a globe?" And then I was timed out and blocked.
Yeah, that dude is off his. I don't even give a fuck. You're not going to see him in here. I remember I blocked him.
Oh, poor Travis.
I'm done dealing with that shit. The second I saw him,
Travis is a source of amusement, Sean. You can't block a source of amusement.
He's not a source of amusement anymore. He's a source of racism now. Like, I'm serious.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't even like I was over at ICC. I debated Travis on the actual shape of the Earth, not that stupid observation shit, and he kept making racist comments throughout the night. It was really bad. He kept making stupid sexual innuendo and shit. It was super creepy. Like, super creepy. And then 2 nights ago on my stream, he was in the chat, and Jose was in here. And he was talking shit about Jose, and Jose goes, hey, Travis keeps calling me this, and it starts with an M. It's some word he kept saying. He was like, compared it to the N-word. He said it's like a really racist or derogatory term towards Hispanic people or something. And it just dawned on me. That dude's just a fucking racist. I scrolled up. There was not even a fight. It was like literally Travis going, "You suck, Jose," and then he started calling him the name. It was like, what the dude?
Yeah, but if Travis was a racist, wouldn't he have been racist for ages, not just suddenly?
When would you have had an opportunity to know if he was racist or not? And I can't wait for this answer. Go.
Listening to him debate you on your channel loads of times where it gets heated.
Okay. Before that, had Travis met me?
Oh,
yeah.
He didn't know until he met you?
No.
We've only debated. We've only debated one time, and that was at Modern Day. And then
no. I meant on your channel, Sean. You've debated him. Not debated. Chatted.
Oh, yeah.
Argued with him on your channel multiple fucking times after you met him.
No. Only on my channel once, modern day debate once, and ICC channel once. And those are the only times after we met. In Travis's words, the second I left meeting up with Travis, the first thing he texted me was, "I didn't realize you were black." I swear to God, I got the text right here.
What an idiot. Well, you guys have a good night. I'll be listening, but I'm going in to enjoy my home-cooked dinner. So
have a good one, Crash, and tell Nicole I said hello.
I will. She's finishing up the homemade garlic bread that her and Ashley made today. So Ashley's
a cute name. I'm gonna find me an Ashley one day.
That's our girlfriend, Sean.
I know that, asshole. You don't have to rub it in, dick face.
But yes, they spent all day making homemade dough and garlic bread, so I'm going to go enjoy my dinner.
Well,
what a waste of all that small little penis. Anyway, have fun.
I heard that, asshole. Dick, you were I already clicked the exit button.
Where the hell? I'm trying to find Travis's. Oh, okay, wait. So I left, The text I got from Travis after I left was, "To be honest, I was blown away. You're not white. Did not see that coming." That was Travis's word after I met up with him.
Nice.
That dude's racist. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't even care. I think it's funny.
Oh no, I won't worry about Travis that much.
Oh, why would I worry about him at all? I didn't bring him up. Crash did.
I've got a question for you, Sean.
Oh, I can't wait.
Can I nullify gravity? Can I do that?
I can nullify the effects of the gravity in my reference frame.
What do you mean in your reference frame?
For instance, a vomit comet. If I'm in an airplane and I have a ball and I drop that ball, the ball will bounce to the floor. Bounce back up regardless. That doesn't matter, but it will bounce to the floor. Go to the floor.
Oh no!
Now, if I get in a vomit, I'm gonna go ahead and explain it anyway. Right there. I mean, Dean. If I get in the vomit comet and I have that ball, and I let go of that ball during its descent, I will be nullifying gravity, the effect of gravity, in my reference frame.
So is the ball still falling, Sean? No, I can't.
To the reference frame of the surface of the Earth, yes.
So it's still falling.
What you need to understand is the difference between a reference frame on the surface of the Earth, the reference frame inside the vomit comet, and an experiment, which does not have to dictate what happens on the surface of the Earth, only in my bubble of experiment.
So if I throw a ball, but I also throw you, is the ball stood still in your reference frame? That's ridiculous, Sean. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know what could happen? I could do like a weird 720 drop kick and that vomit comet to you, Dean. And I can watch your ass spin and bounce off a wall.
Wait a minute, you can't do that right now?
I could. Dean doesn't realize what kind of technology I have. He thinks 4K is the best. That's weird.
The odd thing, though, Sean, is...
What's up, Crow?
Oh, Khaled. The odd thing is, when you said that, I mean, yeah, all you're doing is you're applying another force equal to gravity. And one of the best... I don't know why people don't use this example more. Imagine a balloon filled with water. When it's at rest, it's got the full force of gravity on it, and the ground is stopping it from going down. Therefore, it kind of does. It's not a sphere of water or a balloon that's a spheroid of water. It's more flat. But then all you need to do is apply a force that counteracts that downward force equally, and it'll start becoming a balloon shape of water again. A circular thing. But Right the Hand asked you. That dude is so got a hard on for touch. It's really funny. It's like, does gravity touch the object? But wait a minute. This is, you missed a perfect opportunity.
No, I didn't.
I tried.
Go ahead. I bet it's the same thing.
What did you say?
What did I say, or what was he saying?
Well, I know what you said. You didn't say the one thing that was a beautiful thing. I would say gravity touches the fucking object as much as a magnet does to a ferrous metal.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't have said that. That was way over my head. I wasn't thinking magnet at all. That whole conversation.
Some invisible force. That isn't physical. It's like, yes, magnetism, motherfucker.
But see, what I did say, and this is when Right the Hand and that asshole guy started just talking shit, because when he was talking about that touch thing, and I go, well, he goes, you don't touch wind, and he goes, what? I was like, touch air, and he goes, well, I know that's stupid. I'm like, okay, well, you're not turning off, because his whole argument is I can turn off wind by putting up a wall. I was like, and Paige the whole time she's like, no, this, and I'm like, did you even listen to the fucking thing? I'm telling you that she is spacey. She's just gone.
She's a world class the worst thing is she thinks she's intelligent. I have
yeah,
never
it's
met
weird.
the thickest dumb person that thinks they're intelligent. That's amusing to me when I listen to her now.
Are you talking about Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know, but that's my description.
Yeah, you don't need a name. Oh my goodness, that is
see,
And
crazy.
her voice really pierces into my ears. I hate her voice.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So this has happened twice now. In both situations, Right to Hand and Travis so far, in that the conversation with Gravity, have agreed with everything that has been illustrated as observed.
Mm. The thing that you should ask Paige though, because she's still on about density and
no.
Well, you're never gonna speak to her.
Well, first of all, I don't know. I can't guarantee I'll never go on Ranties again. I can't. I'm fucking sorry, but I can promise you this: I will never go on there to ask Paige a question. Ever. The last person in the world I want to talk to is that person. Something is wrong with her. Like, I'm pretty sure a flat earther can tell her that fucking there's dragons and they fly. And at 2:35, if you look in the right direction, I don't know what direction, but if you look in the right direction, you'll see the dragons. That bitch would be outside every night. I guess I wasn't looking in the right way, George. Yeah.
By the way, Stingray,
I hate
the
talking
moon still
shit,
does
but
not
damn.
have headphones.
The moon still, yeah. No, when I was actually listening to Fight the Flat Earth and Red's Rhetoric and Team Skeptic on their channel at the moment because they've got this nobody on that just doesn't know shit.
Isn't that boring?
Well, no, because I got really irate because fucking I think it was Red's Rhetoric says what did he say? Oh yeah, it says this is the Himawari. And he gave the stupid resolution which the Himawari thing is, and he says we get one of these every 10 minutes, and the world's leading company in this, Pixar, wouldn't be able to do this, and it's like, yeah, you would. And Pixar, yeah, they're an animation company. They actually create a rendering engine called RenderMan, but there's fucking people that you go to better than Pixar to do something like this, and it's absolutely fakeable. The Himawari 8. Absolutely plausibly fakeable, and they keep saying it's fucking impossible.
I'm sorry. I like Fight the Flat Earth. I don't like his style. I like Team Skeptic, but I don't like his style. Red Rhetoric is just an asshole, but that's because of our history. But like we talk shit about like scripts. For instance, Lemon's here. Now we all say Lemon's got this script that Lemon lemonates when he comes onto a panel.
Lemon explains. Yeah.
Yes. Red's Rhetoric, Fight the Flat Earth, and Team Skeptic, they all do the same thing. It is odd. It's weird. Here's the thing. They are actually talking about correct stuff. They're constantly wrong. Very rarely correct themselves if someone else besides the three of them corrects them. But yeah, it's super weird. You can tell this is weird. So when I try to explain things, like there's obviously a progression to it. And then when assholes like Dean call me out on something I don't understand, I'll publicly say I fucked up and didn't understand Mirage incorrectly and blah, 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 blah. But I progress in my argument. If you guys haven't noticed in the past few discussions, my arguments have progressively gotten just better. I'm learning. I think that everyone's argument should, like, I've heard Blue, Dr. Bob, like all their arguments, I've heard them progressively get better in the way they explain things. But those three, their explanations don't. They really don't go any further. And Red Rhetoric is a space boy, so as far as flat earthers are concerned, they don't want to have anything to do with that. Like, everything he says is fake, especially because he's called him an asshole for 5 years. Fucking idiots and shit. And now he's got like a bunch of little Red Rhetoric minions running after him. It's fucking insane. And now certain Globers just like cling on to them. They're like, if I need something, I can just ask them to do a fundraiser. so now they have fucking logs of fucking fundraisers they do. That was the creepiest fucking live stream I watched last night. So fucking creepy. Let's do a live stream showing everyone all the fundraisers we did. You know, that added up to about $47,000. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking. Hey guys, I'm looking for a 4x4 truck right now. It's not like a vehicle. It's just it's a project truck, a toy for off-roading. So if you guys want to start donating me money so I can buy that, that'd be great. I'm trying to get at least 1,000 tonight. Thank you. What the fuck? And yesterday I hit a fucking pigeon with my car. So now I need a new car. Pigeon everywhere. Do I need to get a pigeon everywhere picture? What the fuck? I'm sorry.
You know, Ranty keeps getting like $500 super chats from a guy called Sam Haynes as well.
Yeah, that's super weird. If more power to that Sam Haynes, if it's for real, because that means he obviously has some kind of money. I do believe there are people out there like that. If you don't remember Aaron, Jose's in the chat. He can contest. 1 month, Aaron gave me at least $600.
Oh, shit.
In super chats. Yeah, Aaron has problems. And it got to the point, he did it so much with me and Jose, his fucking wife took his card.
He did $400 in one night.
Yep.
One night.
Yep.
It's like, that's my money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there are people out there like that. So it's not. I think it's fake or not. There are people out there that do that. Again, if you want to donate $500 fucking dollars, I'm pretty sure I'm safe to say for the most content creators, don't give it to fucking Super Chat. We got PayPals for that, assholes. Just fucking A. I hate that. That's the only thing I don't like about Super Chat. They rape the fuck out of you.
People don't see, civil discussions like this in, the era that we have now, the SJW politicization, people getting deplatformed, fired, shunned from society for having wrong think views. I mean, people want to see this sort of stuff. People just have a civil discussion about different ideas without, killing each other.
Well, the biggest issue is with that, and I think this is why I personally don't worry about it. I don't think Jose worries about it. I mean, he doesn't talk about certain topics, but when you have a stream, when it's like the stream that the content creator and maybe someone else on his panel that are just them talking, it brings frustration into the stream and the chats, because believe it or not, like, I'm pretty sure you guys would get pretty damn frustrated if you had to chat and I just ranted over a conversation and not even responding to you. And I think having these open panels where you can get on here and say what you want, I think it means a lot. I think it keeps everyone a little happy, even when they're not.
Yeah, and people want to hear about this sort of stuff. No propaganda, no fake news, no, byline or whatever. They want to hear people work out these ideas, the good, the bad, everything. But
that's the thing. One of the biggest things I agree. I'm always in debt to Flat Earth for giving me the tools to progress through something without having to be true or wrong. It's called a build for people that don't know. Just talking through things, you actually get pretty damn far doing it, especially in your understanding of things. If it wasn't for Flat Earth, I wouldn't be able to do that. I think that's the biggest way I'm able to have these conversations with people that normally can't have these conversations, because I've done it for so long. It's nothing new to me. A lot of people know when I was a flat earther, it was one of those things where I went into it. Space was real. Why? Because I view GPS systems for work, so I know satellites are real. So if satellites are real, they're in space. My biggest issue, and I struggled with this for 2.5 years, was how the fuck do they travel in space? I need to figure out a propulsion system that they could possibly use to be able to get around in space. And that was my big fuck. Like I was like,
And if
damn.
the Earth is flat, then globe making, orbit making, gravity goes out the door, and those satellites have to be propelled by some other mechanism.
But the
Yep.
problem is
Absolutely.
what other mechanism could there possibly
Yeah.
be?
We
Lemon,
have solar
what you
powered
just said was
drones,
true. Now, Lemon,
solar
what you
power.
just said was true. What you just said was absolutely true. If the Earth is flat, we would need to find another propulsion mechanism for satellites. 100% true. And that propulsion system would have to allow a satellite to stay up there indefinitely, traveling at 14,000 kilometers per hour, while coming over us in a straight line every single time. So it'd have to transport itself from one side of the disk to the other as well. But if we could do that, it would be fantastic, honestly.
I have a question.
I have an objection.
Hang on, Carl. I actually got a question, and it's kind of off the topic, but it's a big question that I started thinking about. Lemon, dome or no dome?
There's a firmament dome.
Okay, those are wrenching my question, but it doesn't though. But if there was a dome, then we would have to live in an isolated system. I would think.
Even what's his name says we live in a closed system.
Yes.
Bill Nye the Science Guy or whatever.
But I just said that if there was a dome, we would live in an isolated system, not a closed. I understand that we live in a closed system. A dome would indicate an isolated system. Well, it would only indicate an isolated system because if there is no space, then the sun and the moon would have to be inside that dome. Therefore, nothing outside that dome affects it at all. So then it would definitely have to be an isolated system. It wouldn't even be a closed system.
Well, nothing
Hey,
physical,
Trish,
but
welcome
energy
back.
could still pass through.
Huh? Say again. I'm
Nothing
sorry.
physical, but space. I'm sorry, energy could still pass through. Or if there's windows in the firmament, perhaps
Where would that
torrential
energy
water
be
can
coming
come
from?
down.
But where would that energy be coming from?
In the Hebrew cosmology, the heavenly realm, the spiritual realm, who knows?
Okay, I can't say you're wrong, but I don't think you're right. I guess is like the best I could say on that one. But even then, space is a good word for whatever's up there that we don't know, or I don't know.
I go with waters above the firmament. If you're talking about the zone of evacuation above the mountains going up to the firmament, I'd go with the ether on that one. Not a vacuum nothingness.
Well,
maybe that's the closest to space we'll have.
So you don't what? See, I'm confused by that. So you understand what space is, but you don't think that space is real.
The space below the dome would be ether. The space above the dome would be the waters above. Or if it's multi-layered, perhaps it's got a zone of evacuation like a cathode ray tube up there or something. If God was feeling scientific, I don't know.
Okay. Well, see, I mean, what you said, I guess, if it were to be flat in a dome, that would be the case. But that's not what we observe. You heard about I think it was the last SpaceX launch they did. They launched it over the Atlantic, and usually people say that they fly into the ocean, but I guess a bunch of people in the UK got video of it crossing over that continent. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So that means that we know if it doesn't land in the ocean, and it's a situation where other countries, you can see it on its second orbit. How would it go around the flat Earth in a straight line?
Not to be an asshole, but the
you are an asshole.
An island, not a continent. But,
I was talking about Europe. You fucking Dean, shut up. Fuck.
United Kingdom.
No, I didn't say United Kingdom. I said.
Well,
I said a guy in the UK.
Yeah.
Which what? Is that part of a continent?
The United Kingdom is part of the continent of Europe. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sorry I specified where the guy.
Well,
see,
Eurasia.
See how you're throwing shit off? Why? I don't get it. Are you white knighting lemon right now?
I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
White knighting and what? The shape of the island continent? What?
I don't
But
even
anyway,
know.
what I was going to say is, if the North Pole is if the North Pole is in the center, east and west would just be a circle around the central North Pole. So they might have just shot the rocket east to west, west to east, or whatever.
But again, if it was east to west, it couldn't do a straight line. Or I'm sorry, it couldn't do it. It couldn't have an orbital path on a flat Earth the same way. We would see it kicking left as all the way around, or kicking right, is what I meant.
It depends on how much you can see or how high above the ground you are. I mean, perspective is going to make stuff set early because you're too close to the flat plane.
Well,
if you were higher up, you'd have a wider angle and you'd see it for longer to see what it's doing.
Well,
Just
you
really
know
quickly,
that there are people in like airliners that have gotten recordings of rocket launches, and it's not going horizontal. It's climbing.
It's arcing up and down toward the water.
No.
I've seen one where it arcs up. It looks like eventually it's going to arc down to the land.
It may look like that, but it doesn't. It does start to level out in its orbital path at a certain point, so it doesn't actually gain more altitude than it needs. But again, it's always gaining elevation that whole time.
Lemon, just really quickly.
I got a question, Sean. I got a question. Please, Sean, if you're watching a drone coming towards you from far away, and then it passes overhead, then you'll switch your point of view, or you look to the other side, watching it moving away from you, as if it's going downward. It doesn't have to go over the horizon. It will appear as it's going down.
Yes.
Just a drone, not a rocket or a plane.
Well, no. An airliner would do the same thing.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But
I was just saying, even a drone.
But there's a difference, though. Because when we're talking about, like, for instance, just boats, and we're talking about the obstruction, the reason we understand that we do live on a dome, and it does work the same way, is because in the distance and elevation proportion, it does the same thing, except for the fact that because it has so much elevation, we actually get the opportunity to see that object disappear into a dot from that elevation. So it is surprising to me that they won't use that as an argument, because that'd be their best argument. The problem is that things on the surface of Earth would have to actually disappear the same way, but you would add obstruction. So what they did when I got into a lot of conversations about it is, once you say the obstruction part and they say perspective, and that was when they were talking about bringing it back. The argument became, okay, well then how come planes don't obstruct? Now, again, those are two perfect examples of how we know it's a globe in both situations. Over a long distance, over a very long distance, obviously a plane, an object will disappear into a dot. The problem is once you include the surface of the Earth in its curvature, you then have an obstruction.
There's no obstruction. It's just narrow angles. Stingray was trying to say something. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, Sean. There's a really nice way to tell the rocket is going up in altitude, incredible altitude, as well. Do you know what that is? You look
smoke.
You look at what the thrust is doing, and what condensation and smoke is coming out of the rocket, and you'll see that the gas escaping the rocket starts to really start flaring outwards, and the only reason it's doing that is there is a lot less pressure up there in the atmosphere, so that it starts flaring out to something like 30 times its funnel size, and it looks amazing.
Doesn't it create its own pressure?
Yeah, it does. But when that pressure is released, it expands, and when there's less pressure in the atmosphere up there, it expands so quickly and so wide.
Yeah, you're talking about
massive.
Yeah, you're talking about the glow that comes off the back of it.
Yeah.
So I've seen one SpaceX SpaceX launch. When they launch here in California, Dean, they launch south, and I live directly under the path of the SpaceX.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know it was happening when it
Launch at
happened.
night?
Yeah, when it launches at night.
You've got a camera to record them now as well.
No, wait. So I didn't know it was happening. I walked outside to smoke a cigarette, and I saw it, thought it was aliens, got on the server, and they told me what was going on, and I had just enough time. All I got was that glow, and it's a crappy picture, but if you know what it is, it's a great picture. But now what I'm doing is I'm constantly watching the scheduling, and believe it or not, they haven't launched from California in 2 years, so it's not something that I'm missing. I'm just waiting for it now. But when they do, I will have excellent images because I have about I'm gonna say about 55 seconds of rocket in my skies. I have a long time. It's a great shot because again, when I'm up in the mountains and it's coming from a couple hundred miles north of me, I see it, the whole trajectory of it, and it start climbing a little. It's awesome. It's a fucking badass image. I wish I could have got a better picture, but it was my camera phone, and the first half of it, I thought it was fucking aliens at first. So, like, I ran inside, freaked the fuck out, and it was like, "What's going on? I don't know."
The smoke, the exhaust of the engine was in the sunlight, but is there at a certain point it descended down and disappeared in the shadow again, or did it maintain that altitude?
No, when I saw
look at that video I posted.
When I saw it, I like to see was that glow, and it was definitely gaining altitude. Like it was going away from me. It wasn't climbing. It wasn't dropping towards the horizon at all. Okay, what am I looking at, Dean?
Just go to like 3 minutes 20 all the way to 4 minutes 20, and you'll see that transition is just stunning. It just really is.
Oh. All right, let me see.
And that's just because of the lack of atmospheric pressure up there.
What time did you say? I wasn't listening. 3:40.
3:20 to 3:30 to 4:20.
Where's this one out of? Okay, yeah. This is okay. This is the one I fucking saw.
Are you sharing the screen?
I'm getting to the part right now. So actually, I'll be able to show you exactly what the fuck I was seeing. All right, here we go. I'm going to use the awesome Chrome tab share so I can share audio if I wanted to. And it has better quality, supposedly. If you don't know how to do it, go check out my upload, assholes, because I put one up yesterday.
Not better quality, just better performance as in frame rate.
Just shut the fuck up, Dean. Damn.
Okay.
You're such a party pooper. I do need a new graphics card. I'm gonna go get that next month. It's gonna be awesome. Or actually, Dean, what should I spend my money on? A processor or a graphics card? What's more important?
For doing what?
What I'm doing now, live streaming.
Oh, streaming. What graphics card have you got now, and what processor have you got now?
An old what do you call it? A GeForce, a 750, and a 620. I have two of them, but they're both old as shit though.
And the processor that you've got?
15K one or whatever the fuck it is. But it's old as shit too. I have to get the specs and show you because I still suck at knowing exactly what I need.
Well, yeah, no. The odds are the processor upgrade is going to require a new format of socket on the actual board, which means you'd need a new motherboard as well.
Huh. Well, I do know mine's like one of those weird, funky ones. Like,
and I would say that a graphics card. I would say that OBS doesn't do the gains that you get from what you call GPU compute acceleration will be negligible for open source software like OBS.
You mean for what I do?
Yeah.
Well, I got okay. Put it this way, I'm eyeballing a build that I may be doing. If I do, I got I have to learn everything because the guy that I was talking to about doing this, it was like, if you get the wrong part, it's gonna be a waste of time and money. And he said it's gonna cost me like $1,200. I'm pretty pissed about that, but eventually I'm gonna do it.
You'll build something really good for streaming for a lot less than 1,200 if you want. But what you do to what you've got right now is go into Task Manager in Windows, have a look at all the processor and graphics usage, and see if there's any bottlenecks there, because it could be that your physical hard drives are a bottleneck. It could be that the CPU is a bottleneck, or it could be that the GPU is a bottleneck. But you have to measure the stats to see where to concentrate your most money.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do one day is I'll start a meetup and I'll just share everything you need to know because you just talked gibberish.
Yeah.
Completely. Back to what we were doing. Okay.
What would be good for you, Lemon, is you've got a mobile phone, right? Lemon? Is Lemon still here? Oh, no.
He left.
Damn it.
Okay, so when I saw it, I hadn't seen it at this point yet. This is way in the beginning so far.
That glows the sunlight.
What you're talking about, Dean, is when
this now.
The mass cone that happens.
Well, look at this now. It's starting because there's less pressure up there. He's zooming at the moment, so he's just fucked this up. He should have stayed with it. But
That's Miko.
You could just see it starting then.
No, I think that's main engine cut off.
So when I saw it, it was about in that area. No, I'll show you. It was okay. So that's what I saw. But my camera, when I took it with my camera phone, you don't see the light. You don't see the glow of the afterburner as much, but you see the light plume. That light plume it has right there, and it's really dark. Again, it wasn't planned, so I didn't know what was going on. But this is what I saw, and I watched this for about 20 seconds before I lost it over to my mountain horizon.
You should get yourself a tripod and capture some of them with the.
Already ordered it.
With the Jose cam.
Yep, tripod is on its way. I got plans. I wanted to go to the Salton Sea, but sorry, peoples. I checked the temperature for the weekend. It's going to be like 108, 109, and fuck all y'all with that shit. Observations don't mean shit to me when it comes to heat stroke.
I don't understand people's fascination with being below sea level either.
Well, have you ever been to Death Valley? Probably not. It's pretty awesome.
No.
Death Valley is 200 feet below sea level, and when you go out there, you can see where the ocean was millions of years ago. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Indeed.
Way to fucking bring everything down, Dean. Why do you gotta do that, man? It hurts my feelings.
Yeah, I really do care.
Thought you had a bedtime. Why do you have a bedtime, Dean? You're a grown fucking man. What up, Jose?
Gonna have to stop working.
What's happening?
Farmers is making you go to bed, isn't he?
I want to buy a boat.
That was fucking random.
Well, no, I'm just having a look at a boat right now, and I want to buy a boat and go sailing for a year or something. And
I want to go sailing with you for a year.
No, that would be like the worst fucking trip. Oh, come on, Sean, let's cross the Atlantic to get fuck off. when they get Starlink up, and I can have
You know what I
satellite
do to you?
communication and internet.
You know what I do, dude?
I don't want to know. Jesus
I would be like,
Christ.
I'll steer us at night, and every night I would take us off course. And then I would make you figure out where we are using the stars. It'd be awesome.
Oh no, I still think we should have a boat race with flat earthers, and they've got to use their flat earth logic and maps, and we have to use the globe and
Dean?
GPS satellites to navigate. That'd be awesome.
Dean,
Yeah.
you ready me to crush your dreams?
Oh, they've already done this.
The AE map works if you're talking about it in the ocean. You know they have projections. You know the Navy uses a flat map. You do understand that, right?
I obviously I do.
Yeah.
However,
However,
the issue,
what? What's the issue?
How do you look at a map and pick a direction?
You point east, west, north, south.
Oh right, no.
You can do that everywhere.
You
can do that everywhere. Wait, what? How would you know not using a compass?
The stars, Sean.
I use the stars too. Wait, I'm not a flat earther, Dean, you fucking idiot. Why are you asking? I'm not going to have a conversation with you about how wrong shit works. I'm not you. I know you like doing that shit. Wait. What happened to you and Professor Phil, this dynamic duel that was supposed to be? You realized you were retarded, huh?
No, I think Fight the Flat Earth backed out. Didn't want to debate us, and considering those idiots are telling everybody that the Himawari can't be faked and that Pixar are the leading people in rendering spheres, I got no interest in doing that either.
I told you they're stale.
It's not that they're stale; it's that that's just fucking patently
they're stale.
wrong.
They're stale. It's literally like listening to the Globe script. It is. It really is. It's so weird. So weird. Just saying.
I had a conversation with Brian's Logic over Skype.
Why?
Just in text.
Why?
Because I said to him,
Does he type interrupt?
Yeah. I said no. He does. Seriously. I said to him, I said, look, I'll do your experiment live under your conditions on Jose's channel.
Oh my god! This is with the camera gimbal thing, right?
And he said, I'm not going to help you do it. Do it and send it to me. And to which I replied, well, no, because you'll just say I did it wrong because I haven't been able to reproduce it because what you're saying is shit. And he goes, I'm not helping you do this. I'm saying, and I just said to him, I said, look, I'm doing it to your specifications. I'll tell you what, you just give me the dimensions of the table you use and how high those blocks are and how the camera was. And he just went, no. And it's like, okay, fair enough, whatever. And then he called me dishonest.
Wait, didn't you do it live?
I did, but obviously I was doing it wrong because I made sure that there was two parallel lines, the lens and the top of the object and the fucking plane that they were sat on, which meant there's no going downwards then.
Oh, well,
so
I think what he probably did was when he probably did that little wonderful effect some of them do where they just tilt the camera a tad. You ever thought about that? No. Nope. Just admit it. Nope. You didn't think about it.
Don't do that, Sean, because I'll then come back with the fucking angle of the lens has got fuck all to do with it. It's the elevation of the intersection point on the end lens element. So I could have it pointed up 45 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. If you have it pointed up 45 degrees, and you could change that perspective, and it will look as if you're level, but not still.
The
correct?
angle of that has got nothing to do with it. 45 degrees, 35, 20. So long as the intersection line is parallel with the top of the objects, it will not drop. The lens does not have to be parallel to the surface of the floor.
I can see why Brian didn't want to hear this shit. Just show us, Dean, and shut up. Oh, I forgot. Dean doesn't do illustrations and models on my stream for some odd reason.
I did say to him that he could set the parameters of this and guide me, and I'd do everything that he said, and he still wouldn't have it.
I got a question. Did any of you seen Professor Phil Bell's latest upload? It was funny.
I have not.
He, he got like the pyramid, like the tree, like the peons, and then above them like the boss, like a company. You got the workers, and then you got the supervisors, then the assistant managers, then you got like the big shot in the store, then you got the above. So he got some kind of a pyramid explaining the flat earth in the YouTube. From his point of view, he said like, all right, I'm gonna explain to you. This group of people are called this, and this is where we got
But
right the hand and these people and this person, and then breaking it
can't you
down is
do
funny.
can't you do the same thing for Globers?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
No, it's
But
just
are
flat.
you serious?
Well,
I bet you. Are you serious,
no,
Stingray?
I don't know. I don't
I
think
think you 100% can.
you
Give
might.
me-
Yeah,
okay,
you might.
Give
You
me
might.
a,
Yeah, yeah.
give me a flat earther, and I'll give
Yes,
you.
you can.
I'll give you a Glober comparison.
Gleam.
Yep, you can.
Gleam. Gleam. that one's too
Stingray.
easy. Try
Oh
again.
shit! No, Gleam is the opposite of Gleam. Fuck.
And
bollocks.
then you said Stingray. That Heathcliff guy.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I've never seen this.
Harmony.
You know what we're talking about. We talked about that before. He's a flat earther that does that. You know exactly what it is because you described to me what he's using, and it's not like a real time thing.
Oh right,
It's true.
Camoody, not Heathcliff.
Oh, I
It's
don't
Heath
care.
Camoody. Yeah,
I didn't say
yeah.
Heathcliff.
Harmony.
I didn't say anything
Whatever.
about a cliff.
You said Heath.
I said Heath. Yeah, because I don't know who the hell he is. My bad.
Who is Arwin? Is Arwin? Who is Arwin on the globe? That's an
Lyle.
interesting one.
uh,
Leo.
yeah.
Oh
definitely.
no.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a gap there, but
Pete
it's close.
Shea?
It's the closest we've got.
Pete Shays Glober
Oh,
is John
shit.
Watson.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Now, what Professor Phil Bell has is like he got like the top, and then who follows them, and they, somebody write the scripts from the flat earth, and then you got the queen. He got like in the big bar in the bottom. Everybody listens to the queen. He didn't mention, but definitely QE is like the queen. Like everybody parrots his stuff. It's funny, bro. You gotta see his other. I probably play it tomorrow, top of my show, because I did have a laugh looking at it, man. It was fun. And it's gonna trigger some people.
I like
Nathan Oakley is
personally.
there.
I like Professor Bell when he's being informative.
Them funny, better than funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who's the Globe Earther equivalent to Nathan Oakley?
Jim Panda. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's not a liar though. But yeah. Professor Bell.
Jim,
I think.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the
Yeah.
information.
And
It's the
then
behavior,
I think-
the way they
yeah,
speak, the
Yeah,
demeanor,
yeah.
all that.
And then
Yeah.
it'd be like I think Professor Phil's trying to be the quantum eraser for the Globers. Yeah.
Right.
I just think I just think it take yes. Moon and Sun Family United. Rumpus is Oakley.
No.
Why?
No, Rumpus.
Well, then Rumpus would be
No,
QE.
no,
Rumpus is
Jim-
one of them.
Jim Panda's got the kind of the sarcasm, and he'll go after you in a very kind of. He'll go after you in the same Oakley way.
They're not the same, but you can. Yeah, they're counterparts.
No. Unfortunately for Rumpus, and he's not going to like this. Rumpus's opposite is Mind of God.
I'd say Riley.
No. No. Maybe.
People are saying Rumpus is lemon. I would agree with that one.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Lemon can get irritated.
What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up, people?
Not much. Just I was having a little chat with our friend Brandon Toy in the chat.
I don't know. I'm not sure
Asked
if
him
it's
about
I'm not
artillery.
about what artillery.
Yeah.
What do you
I know
say?
he used to be. Well, I'm trying to understand where he's coming from. Like, so he said he was military. He said he was artillery, and I showed him because you know how there's manuals that talk about the rotation of the Earth.
Yes, I have
Right.
one. I have
So
a
he
couple of them.
says,
Yeah.
yeah. So he says, well, just because it's in a book doesn't mean it's true.
Well, how did you
I
learn?
mean, so yeah, exactly. But the thing is, he was a 13 papa, which is fire direction or something like that, fire direction specialist.
Yeah, they're
And
the ones that
it
coordinate
has to
the
do with the
direction.
yeah, it has to do with the MLRS system. And I'm like, so you read that manual and you agreed with what was in that manual, right? And it told you how to work the system. So obviously everything in the manual is telling you how to work that system. But because the other manual is talking about the rotation of the Earth, that's it's not true.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. The funny part is when I debated Chris Berry over Coriolis, I'm not sure if people remember, Riley jumped on my panel to argue with me about gravity, but he jumped on the panel and he goes, well, first of all, Chris, Coriolis is real, and then he moved on. But yeah, it's odd. There's literally, I would say, 10 manuals that you can easily find online that explain it says either Coriolis, or the most of the manuals will say rotation of the Earth, or due to rotation of the Earth. But yeah, it's odd that they just look over those things, and all the snipers that talk about how they a 1,000-yard shot. And here's my favorite one. I get the argument may have been something 20 years ago, but now technology when it comes to rifles and bullets have advanced so much that now they custom make bullets. And to custom make bullets, they take everything into account. And when they make the molds, they have a gauge that reads Coriolis effect over 1,000, like over a long distance, so they know that what the effect of the bullet will be with its different patterns or whatever they do to it. Yeah, it's a real thing. I'm sorry. 100%.
I learned something from that Fight the Flat Earth about that. So when Britain went to war with Argentina, when Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands, the first two destroyers and combat vessels that were actually sent high speed to the Falklands started engaging the Argentine navy and couldn't figure out why they were fucking missing all the time until they realized they're calibrated for the wrong hemisphere. And then they recalibrated for the targeting
Right.
system. We're able to
You
hit
didn't
the
know
target.
about that, Dean? You didn't know about that, Dean?
No.
Jesus
I
Christ.
You say Argentina? Argentina, right?
Yes.
No llores por mi Argentina, mi alma está contigo. Thank you.
Jose, that was beautiful.
Was it though?
Thank you.
Was it though?
It's just an Argentinian,
yeah.
like chorus. Yeah.
I didn't understand it. I need a translator.
But yeah, I mean, to deny what's in the manual just because you want to push a narrative, it's just dishonest, honestly.
Doesn't make sense. I mean, it's not even that it doesn't even like. Yeah, like you said, if you follow one manual, why don't you follow the other?
Yeah.
It doesn't make
I mean,
sense.
obviously, it's telling you the manuals. If you're working on a piece of equipment, right? You're trained on that piece of equipment. Whatever's in that manual is going to tell you exactly how to work that piece of equipment.
Yes.
So if the manual is telling you, hey, you need to, during this situation, you need to take into account this, this phenomenon, this rotation of the Earth. So obviously, if it's telling you that, you need to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm reading the chat as well. Brandon Toy, he says, I did exhaustive search for scientific evidence linking hurricane spin to Coriolis. I found none. Do you have any? Yes, there's actually a lot. Brian Toy. First, look at the cycle pattern of the cycle, the way they rotate in the northern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere. Now you will also notice something else. Ready for this? They're all directional according. How is that? Oh,
Yeah,
and
don't they all rotate clockwise, right? Above
yes,
in the
and
northern hemisphere.
and I used to ask this question all the time. What happens if a hurricane crosses over the equator? Here's the answer.
I
Nothing.
know.
Why? Because the water is way too cold in transition. It doesn't work that way. That's why there's also a lot more of these hurricanes than cyclones in the northern hemisphere because there's more warmer water there, whereas there's more cooler water in the south, which also has less land, which means where less hurricanes are hitting land down there. I'm sorry, cyclones.
I got this, Sean. I got this. Trust me on this one.
Okay.
All right. I just did on the spot Google search and I put three words: Harvard, Coriolis, and hurricane, and I found this article: "Starting up a storm," and this is from Harvard.edu, legit,
Mm-hmm.
place. And then we're gonna read right here. Standing safely on a dry land inside a Harvard classroom, she was using a pump tank turntable and tap water to build up a miniature hurricane as a way to learn about the pressure gradient and Coriolis effect that characterize these devastating storms. With this being read only, I interesting. I might have to read the article. How did they determine it? But they do know that the Coriolis effect
Yes.
have to be considered and studied and analyzed in small scale. Thank you very much.
Yeah. If Coriolis wasn't a thing, how would they track these storms? How would they predict where these storms are going to go? Because again, they may know you need warm water and everything, but because of its rotation, they use that. They have to use that to be able to predict its path. And if it
You
was,
could do it. You
if it
could
was,
do it statistically, Sean.
Jesus Christ, shut up. And if it was random, if it was a random rotation, they wouldn't be able to predict it in the same way. What Dean just said is basically you would just look over which way hurricanes go over and over again, and then that tells you which way they'll go the next time. And Dean is actually completely fucking wrong. You are, Dean. I'm
Brandon,
not sure if
Brandon Toys
not sure if you
say,
remember,
wait,
Dean. Dean, I'm not sure if you remember that I actually did exhaustive research in hurricanes because I was trying to figure out if they were seeding them or not. So I did a lot of research in it, and trust me, you're wrong.
Brandon Toy say, an article? LMAO, come on, Jose, you're silly. I wish you were as silly as I am, and all the flat earthers were as silly as I am. At least find some kind of fucking documentation to back up any of the claims that you make. Thank you very much.
Don't they realize that the only reason why they're flat earthers is because of a handful of people made some videos on YouTube and they were dumb enough to fall for it? Like how many times we have to point this out?
Here's a challenge to Brandon.
Oh,
Give
hang on,
us
hang on,
one
hang on. Shut up, Dean.
explanatory element
Hang on,
of
Dean.
flat Earth.
Hang on, Dean.
One.
So, Chris Victory. So, I like what you're saying, and I agree you can do that. But you can't use the hurricanes on Jupiter with a flat earther. It won't work. Which is also, what's his name? Master Khalif? Is that, what's his name? Yeah. Like, the dude's cool as shit, but I keep trying to explain to him every time he comes on the panel. It's like, dude, your argument is good. It's a good argument, but it's never going to work because the flat earthers, they're not going to entertain space for nothing. And he's like, but space is that. It's like, it's just not going to work, dude. I get it. It's good information, but if you're going to have a conversation, it's just not going to work. Oh, shit. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? It's been a while.
What's up, Gal?
Chris didn't like the Harvard article on Coriolis.
Are you guys done?
He's here to tell us how it's wrong.
Okay, let's hear it, Chris. How are we wrong? What are we wrong about?
Oh well, to be quite honest, I just jumped on YouTube and saw you live, so I have not been listening.
Okay,
What's
cool.
it about?
We were talking about Coriolis.
Oh no! Stop. Can I ask Chris a question? I'm going to go in a second. So just one question.
Dean. Why don't you just go now? Hey, Dean, hang on before you go. Was it awesome that I got you booted off his panel?
Damn.
Well, I didn't hear what you said then.
I said, was it pretty awesome that I got you booted off Jose's panel?
Yeah, at the point I was going to do a live thing for Brian. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't even 20 minutes, Jose, but I understand.
But anyway, no, Chris, I just want to know: is there any explanatory power of the flat Earth where you can say, "Hey, the flat Earth explains this, and it doesn't work on the globe," and you can go
You do
and
it
test
wrong,
this
Dean.
yourself?
Yes.
What are they?
I already know your all's excuse and answer.
He's just gonna give he's gonna give you a globe explanation that is wrong because of reasons, and that's
No.
why. Okay, go ahead.
Well, just see.
Watch, it'll be a phenomenon. Watch, go.
We see too far.
See?
Wait a minute! Stop! We see too far is not a hypothesis, and it doesn't have explanatory
Actually,
power.
wait. Yes, it does. Yes. What are you talking about, Dean?
It doesn't work only on a flat Earth. It works on a curved Earth with refraction.
Oh, okay.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
The way
if you didn't know the shape, it could be a hypothesis.
True.
Because if I lived on a mountain and every day I take a picture and I don't see a mountain range, and then one day at a certain time I see a mountain range that I know I never get to see, but this one day it just so happens to be happening. That's a phenomenon of me seeing too far.
So, Chris, what about the days when we don't see too far? Do we just ignore them?
No. Then you have to look into what's going on. Do some research, do some analysis.
Okay. I just got one more question.
Sean. Yeah, of course.
So you always claim the black swan, Chris, and say, "Hey, look, here's flat Earth," when it's actually slightly concave. But you say, "Here's flat Earth."
This is why I don't let Dean talk.
Wait a minute. What? All the other images that don't show that, because that is the exception, that's the black swan. All the other images, are they not of flat Earth then?
No, that they would.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. No, you answered. They're not a flat Earth.
Dean, you gotta let me answer. You can't let me say 2 words.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, shut up, Dean.
I know, go on.
It means that something else is going on. You just got to figure out what that is.
All right. Okay.
Did you get the answer you wanted, Dean?
Have you ever figured out what that is, Chris?
Of course not. What?
Yeah.
Khalid, you are hot micing like no other.
Oh, damn.
I don't know.
It's baking a cake.
Is that a porn? What's going on in there?
Yeah, not me. Yeah, it's a cake, but not me.
Of course it's not you.
Wait a minute, it is porn, but it's not you. Where the hell are you?
I'm at home.
That was the wrong answer to give after that question.
There's a whole lot going on.
Oh my goodness. Chris, the problem is...
Hang on. Shut up, Dean. I just want to make it clear. I'm not going to stop raging on Dean. I know he's good people. That's why I rage on him the most. I like Dean. Go ahead, stupid.
Actually, to be honest, that's the most disturbing thing that you've ever said to me, Sean.
You have no idea, Dean.
Out of all the things that could freak me out the most...
Just think about it.
Probably up there
from now on, Dean.
List.
When I talk to people, I want you just to listen, and then the people that I do that to, just think about who they are and how I do it. It is creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it is.
What was the discussion on Coriolis?
That we had that debate and you were wrong. And remember when Riley came in and was like, "Coriolis is real, Chris." You remember that?
No.
It's in my live stream. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
Yeah. Do you smoke weed, Chris?
No.
Well, I do, and I remembered. You got a lot to kick it, man. No one in Texas is listening.
No one's saying Coriolis isn't real.
See?
The concept of Coriolis is real. It's just that there's no Earth-based Coriolis.
Huh? There's no Earth-based... What the fuck does a hurricane do?
No, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, these all have Coriolis. Earth doesn't.
Why?
A hurricane is physical motion. It's energy. It's movement.
A hurricane is showing you the effects. Oh, geez. We're going to do this again? A Coriolis is an effect. You cannot see Coriolis. You see the effect of Coriolis through stuff. A-E, a hurricane. Do you see hurricanes in the northern hemisphere go the opposite direction, Chris?
The opposite direction of what?
The rotation. Do they go in different? Do they rotate in different directions in the northern hemisphere?
Than in the southern hemisphere, you're trying to say?
No. I'm just saying all hurricanes in the northern hemisphere, do they all have the same rotation?
I have to double check.
I can give you that.
Not 100%.
They do. They do.
Okay.
See.
So you have you have weather and wind patterns in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's the best part. So you'll bring up wind patterns and high low pressures and all that stuff, and there is one consistent thing in what you just said. It varies everywhere, correct?
No, it doesn't vary everywhere.
Wait. So you're telling me that the same
is it's a non-varying thing.
Wait, so how come I don't get snow like Colorado gets snow at 4,000 feet?
Your patterns, you don't get snow. It's
No,
why
we get snow. We just don't. No, see what happens is this. Wait, what?
It's the same reason that some states get tornadoes and some don't. It's a weather pattern.
Yes, but they vary. For instance, you know how tornadoes happen in random spots?
No, it's not random. It's
huh? So that
spot.
wait, what? No, same locations, like same like areas, but no, they don't have the same locations. It's not like
random within a reason. Random
yes, thank you.
Same state.
We got here with a graph. We got the equator. Above the equator, they rotate one side. Under the equator, they rotate the other. This is kind of just easy to visualize.
Yeah. Rotation. It's not something that you're seeing with your eye. Those physically rotate one way or the other.
Yeah, for a reason.
Spin of music doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, they have drift, just like a bullet would.
It's not drift. It's actually rotating.
No,
Chris,
the hurricane is rotating.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're missing the point here,
yeah,
Chris. If you're stood below the equator, they go anti-clockwise.
South.
If you're above the equator, they go the opposite direction. The reason for that is the Coriolis effect is opposing the second you cross the equator.
So you have to look at weather and wind patterns and see why that's doing that.
No. Okay. So again,
it's what we would expect off the model, Chris, of Coriolis and a sphere. It absolutely is.
Hold on. Something fast I need to state, please, about weather. It's not only hurricanes. High pressure in the northern hemisphere, anti-clockwise. Low pressure, clockwise. So it's just not only the hurricane. So you can just open any chart for pressure, and you'll see the wind direction is flipped between the north and south.
Well, that supports my claim. You're saying?
No, that supports. Well, okay, if you like,
it supports the
so.
What does pressure have to do with Coriolis now?
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Chris!
Because
no, it's trolling. It's trolling. He isn't this dumb. It's trolling.
Okay, let me go this. Because low pressure means that the air is moving towards the center, and high pressure means the air is moving away from the center. And if you have any kind of movement that going in or going out, it will have a curve or spin.
What?
And that's
there's no center on a ball.
What?
There's no center on a ball. There's no edges.
Yeah, no, it's definitely trolling now, Khaled.
Yeah,
you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't understand trolling.
Wait a minute, Chris,
I'm trolling. So you're saying Coriolis, which is an optical. Hold on, Dean. You're saying that Coriolis, which is an optical, not actual phenomenon, is the cause of weather patterns now?
Coriolis is not an optical thing.
Crow, you got to mute yourself if you're not talking.
But Chris, I'll accept your first one as it works both ways. It's non-conclusive, and everybody needs to research more. We see too far. Are there any others, or is that the only one?
The Earth isn't spinning.
That's a statement. I'm saying, do you have any explanatory power? In other words, if the Earth wasn't spinning, how do I test that it isn't spinning and verify that?
Well, you can hover a drone above it, and if the drone experiences Coriolis, then you're spinning.
The drone isn't traveling
Wait,
fast
wait a
enough.
minute, Chris. In reference frames, that makes no fucking sense, and you absolutely know it does
Absolutely.
not.
Yes, it does. Go to YouTube.
No, it doesn't.
Basic Coriolis videos where they
Tell me a helicopter, Chris. Tell me the helicopter.
Hey, Chris.
Sounds better.
Chris, I can prove to you that the Earth rotates, and you know it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You're standing in the northern hemisphere, and you're facing south, looking up at our beautiful stars. You notice there's a path that we can create star trails, correct?
Star trails?
Yes.
Okay, what about star trails?
Okay, so you've created star trails, recorded in the northern hemisphere, and then you go, hey, I'm balling. I'm gonna go to the southern hemisphere, and I'm gonna look towards the equator to the north, and I'm going to look at what's in my night sky, and then you're gonna get your star trail, and you noticed what?
I don't know. That
the stars appear to be going in different directions if you're basically looking at a split screen, correct?
Okay, what?
Okay, why is that? Well, this is a step-by-step. Why would that happen on a flat Earth?
Well, if the stars are moving, that's why.
Okay, but it would be also perspective, right? You both are one's looking from the northern hemisphere, one's looking from the south, and you're both looking towards the equator, correct?
Okay.
Okay, and that's flat Earth or globe, either one, doesn't matter. One in the north, one in the south, and you're looking at the stars. Now, and you're in the northern hemisphere, you notice that there are a set of stars that that are distinct to only the northern hemisphere, called Polaris. Now, I understand you think in your idea that in the southern hemisphere, Polaris is just too far away to be seen. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Now, we're in the southern hemisphere, and I should know it. What is it called, guys? It's
Sigma Octantis.
Yes, that one. And you're noticing that's your consistent star, I'll call it, in the southern hemisphere, meaning you can't see it from the north. Same reasoning on a flat Earth. It's too far away. That's fine. But here's the deal. You notice that these star patterns appear to go in different directions in a split screen. Now, we are pretty much in agreement to everything we've observed so far.
Okay.
Now, when we'll say freeze frame a time one of our star trails, and we're now noticing something. We don't see the same stars. Now, when you don't see the same stars, you can say, hey, they're too far away, blah, blah, blah. But here's something that would happen on a flat Earth. No matter from where you are, if you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere on a flat Earth, when you look up at the stars, we both would see the same stars, whether it be throughout the whole star cluster, right?
Sean, sorry, you're losing me, dude. You're taking way too long to try and explain this.
Well, that's how I do it. Anyway,
I thought you were trying to explain it like the Earth
okay,
moves.
here we go. Ready? You ready? Okay, I'll explain it. I'll explain it fast. I was about to call you Travis. The stars, they don't match up. Everybody on flat Earth would see the same stars throughout the night. On a globe, because of the curvature of the globe, is why you don't see those stars. And you would often see. That's exactly how it is. You can make that test yourself. You want to know you can do that test yourself? You ready? Okay. Get a string. Pin it to your roof. Make a big, get a hula hoop for all I care, and put a bunch of little star patterns, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then make those perspectives and spin it around. And that's what you would see on a flat Earth. You would see all the stars uniformly at one time throughout each other. You may not be able to see some of them from one area, but you would all see the same stars. Again, there are stars that are left out because of this perspective. Now, if it was on a flat Earth, when we look up at it, or on a globe, the reason that they have that different perspective is obviously because of our perspective, But here's the problem. There's an actual explanation for why we don't see certain stars. See how that matches up for everything that we're seeing in this effect?
Okay, that's one model and that's one explanation. It doesn't
No,
mean it's
no. That's two models. I compared. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Well, I just compared them both, so okay, that's cool. Hey, Aaron, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Sean? Hey, have you done that perspective hula hoop test yourself, or you just?
Yeah, actually, I did. I did as a flat earther, and it really because it confused me of how the sun and the moon worked. Because again, I was that asshole that was like, "How does that work?"
You actually have a hula hoop? Do you actually have a hula hoop? I mean, come on. I'm just picturing this.
About 3 years ago, I actually went and bought one. Yeah, they're like $3.99. It was blue and white. Yeah. And it goes. It had the little rattling beads in it or whatever, the annoying ones.
Boy. Oh boy, you got the high class one.
But those are cheating. Those are cheater ones. That just increases the centrifugal force.
Yeah.
Or centrifugal force. I'm sorry. Yeah. See.
Centripetal force.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. Hey, you got the same point though.
Anyways, hey, thanks for inviting me on.
I didn't invite you on, dude. I just put the link
Well,
out there.
somebody did. I don't know. Whoever did. Goddamn thanks.
I put the link
Chris.
out there.
Probably Chris Perry.
No, probably not. Chris is a dick. So I do want Aaron and or Chris. And I've already okay. So everyone already knows. I've invited.
Spit it out.
I'm gonna punch you in your mouth. Anyway, I invited Pete Shea to moderate Seek and Find's discussion that we're gonna have. Seek and Find's doing the family thing right now, so I think it's gonna be sometime next week that we're gonna do that. But that's gonna be fun. But I'm gonna go through the list at some point. I'm gonna figure out a good person, but Chris is gonna moderate. It's gonna be interesting.
I thought you said Pete Shea's going to moderate or Chris?
No. So this next one with Seek and Find. Seek and Find called me out. I want Pete Shea to moderate it though.
Sean, have you seen this?
I can't wait.
I have not.
Wait.
What's this, Dean?
Star Trails on a flat Earth. That's how they'd look. They'd look awesome.
This is what I was talking about, right? Where you guys would
Why
just
would they look like that? Why would they look like that?
Because it'd be one orbital rotational path of all the stars.
There's no other way that they could look because it's flat.
Or put it this way.
Is that
Dean,
the way the sun travels?
Dean, can you do the moon perspective thing from northern hemispheres, the southern hemisphere? Yeah. So here's where the first problem lies. When you do a flat Earth, a perspective of the moon from what we see, it doesn't match already. We don't see the other side of the moon.
Stingray, is this with or without an atmosphere?
You can tell me whatever you want.
No, I'm asking you. Because you're the one that presented that. So.
Well,
this is a geometric model of an observation of the perspective of the moon.
No. Yeah, but wait a minute. I can put refraction in this to do atmospheric
simulation.
Oh,
you can just put it in. You're the god of refraction, are you?
Wait a minute. You do know. Wait a minute. You do know, Aaron. Wait a minute, Aaron. You do know that refraction is 100% understood, and I'm looking through fucking glasses, and we all use cameras every day. You know this, right?
Oh, so atmospheric refraction is built into glasses? Is that the glasses?
I am saying refraction is all of that and extremely well understood. Yes.
Okay, so atmospheric refraction it's built right into the goggles you're wearing. Yeah.
No, refraction is.
Damn, he said you're wearing beer goggles.
That's what I just said.
Yes, then yes, absolutely. That's how we do corrective lenses.
Hey, Dean.
So the image you just showed, is that with or without beer goggles? I guess.
Without.
It wouldn't make any difference if you put
it's a model. This is hey, if you really want to get real technical with it, you are looking at a geometric model.
I'll tell you something that I can't do with refraction, Aaron. I can't look at this moon from England and not get around the fact that it looks completely different from fucking Argentina. I can't make refraction do that. I'll tell you that now. Oh wait, we never see this side of it. That's weird.
That is weird, Aaron.
Okay.
That is very weird.
Hey, Aaron, I did that test too. Aaron, Aaron,
Uh,
Aaron, Aaron, Aaron,
I'm here. I'm
Aaron,
here. I'm here. I'm here.
Aaron,
I'm here. I'm here.
Aaron.
I'm here. I'm here.
I did that
I'm here.
test too when I was a flat earther. I hung a ball up from my ceiling and painted a pattern on it, and I tried to hang it in certain positions to try to figure out how that worked. And guess what? I swear to God, I did this. Guess what? The only thing that made the moon work the way the moon works.
What?
It wasn't hanging it.
How much
from,
refract?
it was,
how
it
much?
wasn't. It
How
was
much
a lot, a
atmospheric
lot, a
refraction
lot,
did you
a
have with your
lot,
ball?
a lot, a
Hey,
lot.
come on, please. Refraction has nothing to do
No.
with it. It's maximum of
I
half a
know.
degree.
Now, this is what happened. I tried hanging it from the roof and doing the perspective thing, but there's a problem. It doesn't work.
I hope
Why?
your neighbors didn't see you, man.
No,
Yeah.
never. There's a problem because no matter what, when you hang it from the roof and you get under it and try to do that perspective game like Dean's doing right now, you'll notice that you can never get the same side of the ball on the other side when you're in the other hemisphere. Now, there is a way to make what we do see actually happen, and this is what I had to do. I had to take that ball off the roof, and I had to put it on a chair. When I put it on the chair, I took a picture with me standing there, standing straight up. I swear to fucking God. Then I stood on my fucking head and took a picture. And that was the only fucking way I was able to make what we observe in the northern and southern hemisphere in the moon. It's the only way I was able to pull the effect off. How else do you make that happen?
Man, I would just love to recreate that with you because it might change my mind. You know, this sounds like a circus Olympic event that
You
it
pay,
could
hey,
be.
Yeah,
Like,
you
could
pay.
be,
Hey,
you know,
you pay for the
verifiable
play.
proof,
You pay for the
Standing
plane
on
flight.
my head,
Matter of fact,
standing
how
on
far
my
are you
head,
from?
hanging
Hey,
balls
how far are you from
off
Chris?
the roof.
Not
About
too far.
40 miles or something.
Okay, fly me out there, and we'll do that experiment, all three of us, and then we'll roll, and I'll choke you both out.
I don't know if I want you hanging off my roof,
It's gonna be a
standing
rolling.
on a chair and shit.
I didn't hear you, Chris.
I said, yeah, that's right. If you come here, we're rolling.
Oh, you're gonna get
No.
choked out. You're gonna get choked
No
out.
excuses.
I'm choking you out.
Oh, hey, by the way, I haven't rolled in 2 months since all this COVID bull crap's been going on.
Neither have
So
I. It's been
shitty again. I went from a 3-stripe white belt to a 1-stripe white belt in 2 months, probably.
feels like it, huh?
Have you been training? Have you been training, you guys, or anything?
No.
Like, at least his
Not
gyms
for
are closed.
not for
and
2
shit,
months.
right?
No, they haven't.
Sure.
Where I train at, there's he's my coach. He's going to start doing his tournaments again pretty soon. But no, I haven't trained at all.
I say open up, man. Just go for it.
I bet.
I wanted to tell you this story real quick.
Wait, Aaron.
Yo.
You gonna buy me a ticket?
Well, not yet. We haven't come to that agreement. I mean, you had to send me a full hypothesis breakdown of your experiment first, right? Kind of
You've spent in one night.
And then
You
me and-
spent no.
And then me
no,
and Chris will think about it.
No,
Me and Chris will think about it.
You spent more money in super chats trying to get the link to this panel than it would cost to get me out there. Shut up.
I'll send you an Uber.
Hey, so I already paid for your ticket. You
I'll
should have
pay.
been
No,
here
I'll
already.
pay for the Uber.
You should be in here in my shed with me right now.
Yeah. I went out there 3 times. Your loss. Thank you, Aaron.
It's real quick story. Let me tell you. So before.
Wait. Okay, go ahead. I'll say it after.
I don't have much time.
I know your mom's there. Did I say it out loud?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
So before the pandemic happened.
Wait, what'd you just call it?
Pandemic.
Did you guys hear that? Instead of pandemic, it's plandemic. Like they plan.
Come on, John,
Continue.
you haven't heard that?
No, that's so sad. Continue.
So before the pandemic happened and everything was still open, one of the last few times I rolled, I went on a different night. The night I usually go on is open mat, and the main instructor, who's a black belt, isn't there on that night. So I went a different night. I had to for whatever reason, and he was there teaching the class. And I'd never rolled with him, right? I'd rolled with other white belts, blue belts, purple belts, and brown belts. And so towards the end of class, I go up to him And I was like, hey, his name's Randall. I was like, hey, Randall, we have time for one more. Can you roll with me? And he's like, sure. And I mean, dude, like, I felt like a fucking toddler versus a bear. Like
Yeah.
it was insane. I couldn't. He was basically doing nothing, and I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, he just knew. He just knew
was
how to.
nuts.
He just knew how to null and void everything you did.
It
Like,
was insane. Like
yeah.
he would kind of cover up. Like the most he was doing defense was he was just kind of covering his head. Like he'd get on all fours and cover. And I tried to take his back.
Going to turtle.
Yeah, he'd go to turtle exactly.
Yeah.
And
what he's doing is,
it was crazy.
What he was doing is he was practicing what he would do in certain situations, as if someone were to take his back. And what better than a way to practice a technique than on an unexpected white belt?
Oh man, I just like I've gone against the brown belt in the class. He's really good.
Uh-huh.
I've never like not even come close to tapping him, but he didn't roll like the black belt, man. The black belt was like, and this dude's he's thick, he's short. He's like probably five. He's not short. I shouldn't say short. He's probably 5'9", 5'10", but he's thick and he's just like solid muscle. And I couldn't do shit.
Oh no! I've seen a black belt woman that weighed 105 manhandle a guy that was 225 that was trying his ass off.
Yeah, I believe it.
But I got a better thing. You want to know a fundraiser I can get behind? Get me to Chris and Aaron, because I know Chris will roll with me, but the package of it is Aaron has to meet up and roll too. But
you might have to come out and do some survey on a couple of my jobs.
I'll do it.
We'll all meet up.
I'll do it, and then we'll get super drunk.
That 105 guy that took down that guy like it was nothing. I mean, did he do a Coriolis kick?
It was a woman.
Is that what it was?
It was a woman.
Okay, did she do a Coriolis kick? Is that how it worked?
No, it was an armbar.
Oh dang! Yeah, you gotta learn that new Coriolis kick though.
A couple triangles.
It's a badass one.
You better learn those terms I just said. Figure out what the fuck they are, because I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. When you hear rear naked choke, it's not what you think. But watch out.
I have a legit question for Chris, because he brought it up. When you're talking about belts, is that in jiu-jitsu or?
Yeah.
Because most commonly it's karate belts for us.
It's just, all martial arts typically have a belt system.
Are they related at all?
No, the colors are completely
skill level.
The colors are almost guaranteed to be completely fucking different. Black belt is always pretty much black belt, but for instance, Taekwondo, karate, you become a black belt kid in like 4 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted to say.
Jiu-jitsu, it's all on you. But typically, the average black belt, it takes you 10 years. Average.
So if two brown belts matched up from different disciplines, and in your jiu-jitsu brown belt versus your skill set versus in the jiu-jitsu discipline is what you would say higher, or like more...
Put it this way, it would depend on what you're talking about. So for instance, judo, it's pretty much the same. I think they have a couple more colors in between that jiu-jitsu doesn't, but those are pretty much even scale. If you're talking taekwondo, the belt system is completely off.
Kung fu,
completely. All those are it's weird because here's why. Because jiu-jitsu is a very physical martial art to train. When you do karate, taekwondo, you're not going all out. And you're not, most of the time, they're not even teaching full contact. It's called sparring.
It's non-offensive, right? Kind of? Or
some of them are, but typically, because they teach, a lot of them are kid classes, they're not teaching people to punch someone's head off. So it's point fighting, basically what it is you're not trying to knock someone out, you're just trying to get the points. So it teaches you a different kind of discipline in it. But I can tell you right now, against any discipline, I'll choke you the fuck out.
So jiu-jitsu, could I say, Sean, is more of a submission type win versus a karate, the Korean one, judo.
I will say
more of a defense attack, kind of a defense issue.
Jiu-jitsu is a defense offense. it always starts as a defense. It's in relation to where a fight starts. We're talking the martial art. I'm talking about a street fight. Most fights end up on the ground. You can hit me, it doesn't even need to hurt, and I can make it get to the ground. And once it gets to the ground, I don't care what martial art you're in. If you're not doing jiu-jitsu, you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
So
anybody
I'm gonna say,
standing up, anybody, I repeat, anybody can get a lucky punch.
right. So the reason I would still prefer jiu-jitsu over something even like judo. So judo, they're gonna take you down, but once they take you down, there's really not much more they can do. It's like a wrestler, right? There's wrestlers that come to our gym and they'll take you down left and right.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get up, they sit on top of you. They don't know what the F to do. I'll get them in guard. I'll put them in guard. I'll get them in an arm bar. I forgot what it's called, Sean, where you get them in a guard and I pull my leg, my calf over their head, and then I pull my leg over and under their chin and pull down on it, and I'm cutting their circulation off with my shin. I forget what that's called.
Leg bar kind of.
Nah, it's
a neck.
There's a name to it. I just can't remember the name. It might be an omoplata. I just can't remember. Anyways,
what do you call it when you do that with your forearm? When you squeeze the jugular, the neck?
Well, if you're on the backside, that's rear naked.
Well, your forearm, not your.
Wait. So
not pulling towards you, but kind of.
Alk in the chat. You're saying that Aikido or Kai Aikido black belt. I've actually.
Ooh, the Jewish, yeah.
I'm telling you right now, a black belt in jiu-jitsu would choke out one of them. It's. Dude, if you go online and type in that and versus jiu-jitsu, you'll find it. A lot of people downplay jiu-jitsu, and a lot of people think it's not a good martial art. But again, it's by far the best. I can let you half-ass graze me and take it to the ground.
Yeah, because like you said, there's no action because you're mostly in a defense mode at first. But once you get that strike and the guy goes down, it's over in like 10 seconds. So like we're like, yeah, woo. Okay, boom.
Yeah, we'll put it this way. If I got in a street fight and a guy hits me or takes me down, I'm gonna be comfortable on the ground, on my back.
Yeah.
If I take him down, I'm even more comfortable. Now, if you don't know anything and I take you down, you're going to do what I call the white belt flail, where you're gonna scramble to whatever you can. And it's going to look like chaos, but for someone like myself, it's not going to be chaos. It's going to just be a normal roll. And I can be able
these folks, when you get them on the ground, and let's say their knees down, elbows down on the ground, and they're kind of turtling like that, like you said, the flare. All they want to do is try to get on their back, their actual back.
I want to get on my back.
Yeah, I know, but they have no idea what to do when they're on their back. Right?
Yeah, they get confused, scared.
Because you can full guard them in a minute, just like 1 second. As they're turning over, you just walk right on top.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set something up, but I'm gonna get to Chris and I'm gonna get to Aaron and I'm gonna choke them all out on video for you. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go. Everything I do towards a membership is gonna go.
Hey,
for that.
just because you're mad at Seek and Find or Flat Earth or whoever, don't get mad at us. All right?
I'm not mad. Chris knows what's up. I'm not mad at all. That's fun. And then,
it'll be a good time.
Talking about rolling with you, it makes it even better because you have no clue what's going on. I'm gonna just go through and tell you everything I'm gonna do.
Flat Earth, yeah. Then we can welcome you to Flat Earth.
I've already been there, done that. It didn't last. Haha.
Hey, there's always the second coming, right? You know, the second coming.
No, not at all. Okay. Yeah, and if there was, it'd be the globe. Ta-da!
So, which way do hurricanes spin in the southern hemisphere below the equator? Which way?
Okay, yes, you are 100% right. You have to be able to get a hold of someone to begin with it. The problem is that I'm not trying to run through you. I'm not trying to punch through you. And yes, in that martial art, it does use the other person's energy against them. Jiu-jitsu is not the same thing. I'm not trying to go through you at all. Not even a little bit. If I can walk up to you and grab your arm, I'm in a great place.
Hey, Sean, I have a question for you. You have a dominant side. You
No.
know, and you also know your
I
opponent's
used
weak
to.
side.
I used to. I don't
Okay.
anymore.
So when you go below the equator, does that change to the other side, or
I don't
is
know.
it?
I've never been below the
Do you
equator.
spin the other way when you go around the ring? Or
I've never been
you know
to
what I
the
mean?
equator, lower
Okay.
than the equator. I never went south of the
All right.
equator.
Well, you should try it because you might spin. You know,
You gonna
walk around the ring
you
the
gonna
other
pay
way.
for it?
You know?
You paying for it?
Just saying, it'd be a great show.
Well, you got a lot of things you want me to do. If you're paying for it, I'll go.
I've already paid you. Come on.
Yeah, and I did stuff with that. Thank you.
No worries, man. It's
Huh?
been fun.
But we had to allocate this stuff. I mean, you could. Hey, the deal still stands. If you want to produce this show, you can. There's a price.
No. I like what you do. That's
Okay,
why
thank
I
you.
paid you.
You know what? Thank you, because before you were saying different. It kind of hurt my feelings.
What? What do you mean? I never said that.
Now, Aaron, I got a question.
What's
Is
up?
there a chance in hell that at some point, even if you're drunk, you could drop the troll and moderate at a certain time? Not right now. At some time.
It would have to be schedule based.
I understand that, but
you
would
know.
you be willing to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you be willing to against Chris Berry or me and Chris Berry?
100%.
You want to do that next week, Chris
But
and Aaron?
But the only thing I would like, because I heard Jesus Christ, Slick James on your channel the other day. I thought he was cutting it a little bit too much. He wasn't being a bad moderator, but I thought he was cutting in too much.
I thought he cut in too much in the beginning, but I think again I thought he was just feeling out what he could do, and towards the end he really chilled out.
Yeah. I thought it was a great debate, and so but at the same time I would just hold back, and the only moderation I would do is be like, hey, no swearing at each other.
Hey,
you know, stop with the attacks. Come on,
everyone has their own method of moderating. I'm just want to expose who is good and who's bad at moderating, while at the same time, you know, putting my master plan into effect.
With a guy like Right the Hand right there on that debate, I would.
He screwed himself.
Well, I think that Slick did a good job. And in fact, I think Slick should have muted him more and Slick make his point, Right the Hand, calm the hell down, which he did towards the end. You know, basically.
Who calmed down?
Right the Hand. Right the Hand didn't calm down.
Oh, yeah.
Slick told Right the Hand,
he asked
you
him
need to calm down.
For about 45 minutes, he was like, why are you doing this? Calm down.
Yeah.
But again, guys, there's a method to my madness. Everyone's like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, that's right. I asked Pete Shea to moderate. It's going to be awesome.
I want to moderate.
No. No, I'm pretty sure I could find a debate for you to do that. It doesn't have to be me. The fact that I can control it so much on my stream. If somebody else wants to debate someone else and they want a random moderator, come to me. I'll find you a random moderator that would actually work and fit. Will it work? I don't know, but I can definitely put someone in that everyone would go. But put it this way, and I don't even care if I give. It's not even a game plan. It's what I'm doing. I'm not sure if everyone noticed this or not, but everyone that I've asked to moderate is someone who does have a idea of something that we observe that is against flat Earth and against the globe. They have a weird stake in this game, is what I call it.
The only thing I would do as moderator, really, enforcement wise, is say stay on point. So if there's a topic and you all come in to debate, and then it goes wild, I'd mute both and just be like, get back to the point. You guys stay on point. Whatever your arguments are, go ahead.
At any time, did you hear a point where you would have had to have muted me?
On Slicks, when Slick was moderating?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah.
No, never a mute. No.
Yeah. See,
never a mute, but maybe a stay on point. But you were being led by Right the Hand. You know.
Well, no. Actually, I was leading.
I'm sorry, not led, but you were being prompted.
No, I was controlling the argument exactly like I had planned from the start. It was awesome.
Yeah, but it kind of fell off topic.
No, it didn't fall off topic. It fell off Right to Hand's idea, and he went apeshit over it. And that was funny.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah.
was nothing major. Yeah, it's nothing that I would have muted at that point or moderated at that point.
Right the hand, he was talking shit the whole time. He just started calling me names and stuff. It was weird.
Well, like I said, at that point, like Slick did, I would have muted
you're talking
right
about
the hand and said, "Get back on topic. Get back to your point. You're kind of going off into the weeds here, like Slick said." You know,
he tried. Right at that point, right the hand went into child mode.
Yeah, and you can't do that not in the debate. So. Because hey, Sean, I think you got something going on. These little debates here with you are awesome.
You're fun.
Actually, just calling out people and setting it up and making it happen. So it's great content. Your viewer content's increasing. I see that, which is cool. Not that you care about it, but it is. And you know, what else are we gonna do in the age of dodging COVID? Got to dodge.
What do you call it? Plandemic.
Yeah,
the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
It's also
scamdemic.
Scamdemic.
That's so stupid. That is so dumb. And of course, Aaron, you don't play to that shit because your wife was out there. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, she went to China for about a month and a half when it was the outbreak in China.
There's a flat earther in Jim's server whose wife got COVID. And listening to Chemo try to convince him COVID's fake, or today everyone was like, "Chemo, his wife had
COVID is not something you get. COVID is what they call the effect.
No, COVID is the type of coronavirus that you acquire during the situation.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. What is a coronavirus?
SARS-CoV-2.
It's a family of viruses.
A family which we already have antibodies towards. And all the other coronaviruses, even including AIDS. We already have the antibodies towards
COVID-19 is the name of the virus in the corona family.
It's the name of what they would call the effect of a deathly symptom.
No, COVID is the virus in which we get that is part of the
you already
family.
have a bunch of coronaviruses called
COVID
wrong. 15, COVID 12.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that, but I know you're changing the subject for no fucking reason.
You already have them,
No, so you don't have coronavirus. You don't have.
And you're willing to wrestle with me and my wife.
Or fine, I'm sorry.
Come on,
the disease.
Come on, man. You're willing to go on the ground with me and my wife's Chinese? You're crazy, man.
I don't even know what that means.
No, you said if me and Chris bring you over here, you want to,
roll, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Square up,
yeah. Well, we can square up too if you want. I do it all. I'll bring some MMA gloves. We'll spar it out.
And your bubble suit and mask.
A bubble suit. I don't do that. Sorry, dude. I only wear a mouthpiece. That's it. Hey, Aaron. Mm-hmm. I like getting hit.
I know.
Doesn't bother me at all.
COVID doesn't care about punches. Right?
I don't care about COVID. I'm healthy. I just don't want to spread it. I'm not selfish.
Spread it? Are you a carrier?
I could be. I'm a healthy adult.
Well, god dang, you need to be quarantined.
I have been.
We put you in the court. Isn't that a move, a jiu-jitsu move called the quarantine?
No.
Oh, well, it should be.
Why?
Because that'd be sweet.
Would it?
That'd be an awesome name for it. And maybe we'd get back to fucking wrestling and fighting and people we'd love it,
Well, you should fly me out there. It would definitely be worth videotaping. I need 2 tickets.
Dude, I gave you already like almost $2,000. I mean, you can afford a ticket.
Near that. Wait, nowhere near that. Nowhere near that.
How much was it? 700, 800?
I'd say in the 600-ish range.
Okay, not bad. Well, that's a ticket,
But it would have been if you had said, "Hey, come choke me the fuck out."
You can't get on that airplane without a mask, though, Sean. So.
Yeah. All right. I'll sleep. Nothing would stop me from getting on a plane to choke you the fuck out.
No problem. I paid you already to come do it, and you ain't
No,
doing
no,
it.
no, no. That wasn't what you paid me for before. Now that we've established what you would be paying for me, I'll be waiting for those super chats.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
me
I found
there.
a new. I found a new acceptor. It's called Ranty. Yeah, I've been dropping a shitload of there. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Hopefully he's appreciating it. Until your wife finds out, you should let him know.
Oh, dude, she calls me bad boy. She's like, "You're a bad boy. You're a bad boy."
And she thinks that's really bad too. Like she's really scowling you. You're like bad word. She's like, I like a turn on when she says it though.
When your wife
right.
comes home, from a hard day at work at Panda Express, and the first thing she does is check the bank account to see who her fucking husband's been donating to. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
Oh, fucking Aaron.
Gotta change my way, man. That's fucked up.
You got a good heart, but you're gonna get a divorce because of that shit.
Hey, she lived through it, right? Uh-oh.
I like you said live through it as if like it's over and you're not doing it anymore. You just moved on. Now it's a different name she hasn't recognized yet.
She brought it over here. She's spreading it.
Jesus Christ. You know what? I gotta get out of here, guys.
Later, Sean.
This whole thing's just spiraling down. No, but for real, Aaron, I want you to consider doing that. Sometime next week, moderating for me and Chris. We'll figure it out. That's with them and all that good stuff.
I'm booked next week.
Where, right? Ranties? You're booked at Ranties?
No, for work. I'm booked.
Yeah, I'm
so
talking about after.
You can't. I mean, if I brought you out, you'd have to come help me.
I'll work for you. I'll jump on a machine. I mean, you're gonna pay me. Fuck that. I don't care.
No pay.
No. Yeah, you don't have to pay me in dollars, but you're gonna pay.
Bring your equipment.
No, what the fuck?
All your survey equipment.
No. We'll rent that shit at best. No, I'm like, no. What the fuck? I'm not. I need to load this $1,000 worth of extra ticket stuff into this plane for a weekend of choking someone out and looking at it and getting too drunk to go set it up.
I need to survey a couple culverts, and a couple driveway entrances. I mean, that's up your alley, right? That's about what you do.
We can do it the old style way, and you can really learn how it works.
Okay.
You don't need to do the easy way. If you want to do it easy, just look on your fucking GPS of your phone and find your property line, and then fucking do your fucking geometry and find out exactly where it's at. It's pretty simple.
Or just throw the pipe in the ditch line. That's kind of.
Yeah, right until you find out that ditch line runs right through a fucking easement you fucking decided not to find out was there. Yeah, I know exactly how that fucking works. Yeah. I'll just use the natural drainage of the world. Yeah, buddy. Doesn't work in the real world. But go ahead.
It's not me, dude. I work for customers. Right? I'm not the one making.
I love how you say that shit. I love how you say that. Yeah, it's their problem. If they don't got permits, it's their fault. If I hit that gas line, it's a property owner's fault.
100%.
Yeah. Explain that to them when you're fucking dead.
Dead from what?
That explosion.
Hitting the electrical main?
Yeah, from all the not giving a fuck of where shit is out there. You got gas lines where water lines are supposed to be. Water lines are running and connecting to sewer lines and bypass through.
All right, Sean, you forget. I'm out in the country, man. There's one fucking 50 pair phone line that runs down this road, and it's like 80 years old. Okay, so it's already broken on one end. But if I do break it, I have to pay for it.
Someone's like, we should use fiber optic. Y'all look at what the fuck is fiber optic?
Goddamn fiber optic out here. Goddamn.
Is that the telepathy thing where you do your brain and shit? I ain't doing none of that. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Aaron, thank you. It was fun.
You bet. Talk next time.
I'll message you. We'll figure something out.
All right, later.
Spirita, thank you for being on. I'm probably not gonna do an extra stream. It doesn't look like anyone's here. So I do appreciate everyone that hung in and hung out and listened in and listened to us BS and show Chris how he was wrong and show Aaron how he's always wrong. It's always fun. So fun. But that's the next thing. I talked to Seek and Find. We're going to do that discussion sometime next week. And Pete Shea, he said he's definitely in. And then after that, I'm going to look to have this discussion with Chris Berry. And we're going to have Aaron moderated. So we're going to see how all that goes, see if it just fails all miserably or not. But we'll see. So with that being said.
Is the Earth flat? No, it's not flat. Okay, it's not flat. Is the Earth flat? No, it's not flat. Okay, it's not flat.